if you're looking to get stronger on the rowing machine, here is how you can incorporate doing some squats into your strength routine to help you on the rowing machine. So this video is going to tell you why you should squat, how to do it, and then also how to start incorporating it with your rowing workouts. First, getting started with why you should squat. So biggest reason number one, it's very functional. So you have to sit down to get on the machine, right? So this is a form of a squat. Also, getting up off of it, standing up straight, getting down to grab something, even if it's a little almost like split squat or lunge, you know, stooping down to play with your kids or pick up something like so, that's a squat. Very, very functional. So it's important to do that so that you can have the strength to be able to do all of these movements in your everyday life. So other things in regards to rowing specifically is squatting builds a lot of that glute strength. So building that glute strength is going to help us on our drive. You know, we're using those legs so much. So having strong legs, being able to really get the most out of our leg strength, you're going to build up those glutes to help you have more power on the rowing machine. Also, it's going to build core stability because you got to brace as you're holding weight and coming down and coming back up in that squat. So we also need a brace with our core when we are driving. So when we drive with our legs, we got to brace with that core to be able to keep those shoulders in front of those hips. Also protects our back. So the more core stability we have too, that's going to help us in our rowing. So there are a couple reasons why you should squat. Up next, I'm going to show you how. So now here's how to squat. So before we pick up any weight, we want to make sure that we can do a proper air squat without any weight. So getting set up, we're going to start in a shoulder width stance, give or take. It might be a little bit narrower or a little bit wider depending on how you're built. So don't get so stuck up at picking one place. It might be a little narrower, it might be a little wider for some others. So mine's about right here. So toes are pointed out a little bit, but not too much. We don't want to be like this. So just a little bit of an angle there. So next, we can keep our arms up to help us with some stability. So we're going to have those hips go back and down. That chest stays up as we get below parallel and then stand. As we squat, we want to make sure that we are bracing with that core. That's going to help us keep our chest up as we go through the motion. So here's a side view of that. So we also want to keep our whole weight in all of our shoes. So we don't want to be coming up onto our toes or flying back onto our heels. We want to keep all of the weight in the whole evenly distributed through our shoe. So here's that again, getting below parallel and then up. By below parallel, I mean my hip crease is getting below my knee and we're coming back up. Now, if you're not able to get below parallel, that's okay. It's if you're here and if you try to go any lower, you start going onto your toes or falling backwards, go as deep as you're able to. Then over time, work up to getting deeper and deeper, whether that's core stability, maybe it's ankle mobility or hip mobility or something like that. So that is how you do an air squat. If you are going to start incorporating weight, for a goblet squat, we're going to hold it on our chest, keep it nice and close. We'll set our feet. It's the exact same movement. I like to keep my elbows up. It helps me from dropping my chest. So I like to keep those elbows up. Helps me a little bit as I go through the motion. Now we also want to make sure that those knees are tracking over the feet. We don't want those knees caving in as we start to squat. We want them to go right over our foot. So now watch my knee as it goes over, follows my shoe. And so that's how we want to squat. Now, for incorporating squats with your rowing workouts, I highly suggest that you find a strength program that incorporates them. So find a strength program also with a coach who can also look at your form, whether that's a physical coach or an online one, however that ends up working the best for you so that they are able to check your form. You can make sure that you're doing it correctly and that you're not going to hurt yourself or build bad habits. So also make sure that the strength program is progressive. So if you're always doing the same number of sets and reps at the same weight, you're not going to get stronger. And you need to be increasing in volume, whether that's sets, reps, weight, or decreasing rest or things like that. It's consistently always getting harder in different ways. You can always incorporate different kinds of squats in this strength program or ask them to be incorporated. It can be air squats, goblet squats, front squats with a barbell, back squats with a barbell, split squats, lunges, all those things will still work the glutes and your core to be able to help you in your rowing workouts, be able to get you stronger. So also, depending on what your goals are, like maybe your goals are a 10K or a half marathon, and that strength program is going to look very different than if you want to just get stronger for shorter pieces like a 2K. So it's going to be a little bit different. So I highly suggest that you find a strength program that works for you. Resistance training about a couple times a week, maybe 2 to 3, again, depending on your goals. So incorporating the squats into your strength program is going to be really important and is going to help you with your rowing. Thanks again for watching. If you liked these tips, hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.